A deal on Dickens, who could resist? A stack of Austen, warmly kissed. Golden Age crime tales twist and turn, every page a treasure to learn. Books keep coming home with me, piles so tall they're all I see. Turn a page and sail the sea, reading always feels so free.
Hi, my name is Talia. Welcome to Talia Nerds Out. I have been making a series of book haul videos. Not sure when all of them are going up, but I wanted to record them so I can get my books out of the boxes on the floor and into the bookshelves as best as they will fit into them. So, next, I've done some more of the fiction type books. Now I'm headed into nonfiction. So first things first, I have here, and this is one I've been wanting to read for a while, and I ended up having to pick it up physical, even if I hadn't necessarily intended to originally, because when I tried to access it Kindle, Amazon had taken it away from me, and I have no idea why. As far as I know, I never got a refund. I had it waiting, intending to read it at some point, but I no longer had access to it. So I was really disappointed because this is one I wanted to read, so I ended up having to pick it up physically. So Ungrateful Daughters, the Stuart Princesses Who Stole Their Father's Crown. I have no idea why it disappeared, like why Amazon decided I couldn't have it anymore, but I guess they unexpectedly did me a favor because now I have the book physically. And it came with a bookmark. So that's cool. Oh, pretty. So that's one that I've been wanting to read for a while. Then, related to that, and I want to see if I can find the other one that's related to this one. Is it at the bottom? Oh yeah, here it is at the bottom. Yes, okay. So, I know that I've mentioned Houdini several times recently because I recently finished reading and did a review on A Magician Among the Spirits, written by Houdini, and about his busting of spiritualist mediums, yeah. I don't know, it's like I had the word like back here and it didn't want to come out. So he was exposing mediums. So I'd read that earlier, and I had started this one, which is Secret Life of Houdini, The Making of America's First Superhero. I have been enjoying this. I just haven't read it in a little while because I was focusing on other books, but I have very much enjoyed this thus far. Now, around the same time I picked up this one because I wanted to get a couple different point of views of him, especially, this one here focuses on this particular author's focusing on the fact that he thinks that Houdini helped with some work with I'm not sure if espionage is quite correct, but I want to say it said espionage. Let's see. Yeah, at a time when spy agency frequently co-opted amateurs, Henry went to London and developed a relationship with a man who would run on MI5. So, this author has a theory, which apparently he supports with evidence, that Houdini did some espionage work during, I think it was World War I. Yeah. So, Houdini, from this point of view, this one just sounded like it was a straight biography. So, without, a typical biography, not, going any new ground or anything like that necessarily. But this is Houdini, the career of Eric Weiss, American self-liberator, Europe's eclipsing sensation, world's handcuff king, and prison breaker. Nothing on earth could hold Houdini as a prisoner. So it'll be interesting to see. This writer looks like he might be a little bit more of a dry writer, but I'm interested in seeing if I will get any difference of information between the way that the different books present Houdini. At the very least, I know this one is going to be focusing at least a decent amount on his life during World War I. And then I've got Houdini's other book. I picked up Houdini's other book, which is Harry Houdini. Of course, it's by Harry Houdini. It's his other book they wrote, The Unmasking of Robert Houdin. So another unmasking book. He wrote this one prior to writing this one. And I guess Robert Houdin, who he actually took his stage name off of, like, he had been told that if you add an I at the end, it was like French for I want to be like, what did it say? Oh yeah. He apparently believed that adding an I on the end of a name meant like in French. So he wanted to be like what he believed Robert Houdin was. And I guess Houdin, he found out later Houdin took credit for other people's work and a bunch of other things that he exposes in this book. But this is actually Houdini's first book. And apparently, and I'm a little disappointed it's not written in the front, like we don't have a copy of it, but apparently, here it is in the preface. Despite all the work he had put in, even he thought it likely that few people would read the work in its entirety. Indeed, in many copies, there is his own handwritten note beseeching the reader to please read the introduction at least. And it's like, wow, can you imagine if somebody had that copy? And I had really kind of hoping that maybe they would have photocopied like a copy of that note in here. So just have that kind of, I guess that was too much to ask, but that would have been kind of cool. So I thought that would be interesting to read. So that kind of completes the Houdini journey for me. This one, let's go back to the finished books. Then this one was I got this for a really good price. I know I say that for all of them, but A Woman Doctor's Civil War, I guess this is a Civil War diary. Women's Diaries and Letters of the 19th Century South series. Esther Hill Hawke's Diary. I was just interested in the idea of what could be in here. I'm sure that it's going to be intense, but interesting, I'm sure. Then here is, this one was a free book credit. Originally, I had gotten a Peter Brown book for free book credit, but they didn't actually have it. So Thrift Books was like, sorry, here's your free book credit back. Go ahead and pick up something else. So I had been keeping an eye on this book because I had enjoyed Gillian Clark's book on Monica. Still need to do a review on it because when I tried to last time, I couldn't organize my thoughts. So I need to sit down, organize my thoughts, and then try to record that video again. But I had enjoyed her book on Monica. So I was like, I can get a free book of another one of hers and, see if I enjoy that. And this is Women in Late Antiquity, Pagan and Christian Lifestyles. So I look forward to this one as well. Okay, this one, gosh, who recommended this one? I can't remember who recommended this one. It was someone else from Historathon, one of their videos. But this is What Were the Crusades, 3rd edition, Jonathan Riley Smith. I was really shocked that I had not read this book in school because we use the Ignatius Press books all the time with Seton Home Study School. So I don't know how this one did not end up being a part of our curriculum. But there's a little thing stuck in here that I'm not going to pull out. It's a sticky note with 2 prices underneath it. And it has Ignatius Press and the title as well. So I'm not sure why that's in there. I'll leave it alone. It mostly is going to be a nice, quick little book. But the person who, whoever, it's one of the teachers who runs Historathon, I can't remember which one, because he was reading this, he wanted to read this because I think they're going to be covering it soon for his teaching, like he's going to be covering it with the kids soon, and so he wanted to do this as an, read this again as an overview. I wish I could remember whose channel it was, but it looked good when he mentioned it. Then I had mentioned, that I had to pick up The House of Beaufort physically because my Kindle book is missing at least one full paragraph, if not more. I don't know if it's missing more because I had to stop reading it when I realized that it missed key information that was in the audiobook. And I don't learn quite as well by audiobook. And I wanted to be able to have a chance to reread this. And I didn't feel like I could trust the Kindle book to try it again by Kindle. So I now have it physically. I know I finished, well, I mentioned in a different video that I finished this last year. So yeah, whenever I reread it, I look forward to doing that. Yeah, I was very disappointed about the Kindle edition for this. Then I ended up picking up this because of it, the Confessions of St. Augustine kept coming up in the book about Monica that I mentioned earlier, and it just really made me want to read it. This book, when I was doing research, this translator got good ratings. Like, she was mentioned as being quite good. Actually, trying to remember which booktuber. Darn it. I can see him in my head, but I can't remember his name. If I remember, I'll put him down below. He was a book reviewer, and I actually found his article on different translations of Augustine's Confessions, and this one got brought up as being a good translation. And I was already kind of leaning in the direction as this being one of the translations I was looking at, so I decided to go with this one. And it was either, I want to say, Vicky, who mentioned when she saw that I brought up this book. It was either Vicky or Faith, and they mentioned that, yeah, this was a lot. She had tried to read a different translation of the Confessions, and she said this one was a lot easier going. So, look forward to when Mom and I will read this one together. Then, because it was brought up several times in the book on Monica, which apparently was very influential for me this time around, Peter Brown's biography on Augustine of Hippo. And I want to say it was John Nicholas of Ottercourt. Like I said, I believe that's his channel's name. He said that this was really good. So I haven't had a chance to respond to his response to that video, but I'm really looking forward to this. I'll have to read this 4-to-1 next year, hopefully. It just sounds good. Then the other one that I picked up of his was Through the Eye of a Needle, Wealth, the Fall of Rome, and the Making of Christianity in the West, 350 to 1550 AD. And, like I said, another Peter Brown. So it says, Jesus taught his followers that it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter heaven. Yet by the time Rome fell, the church had become rich beyond measure. Through the Eye of a Needle is a sweeping intellectual and social history of the vexing problem of wealth and Christianity in the waning days of the Roman Empire, written by Peter Brown, the world's foremost scholar of late antiquity. Challenging the widely held notion that Christianity's growing wealth sapped Rome of its ability to resist the barbarian invasions, Brown offers a fresh perspective on the social history of the church in late antiquity. So, I guess he's saying, like, no, the wealth of the church did not necessarily make Rome less capable of defending the barbarians, and here's why. That's what I'm gathering anyway. But I had already had 2 of his other books that I read. I read one of his books, which is the one on Book of Kells. I think I read that 2 years ago. And I have, but haven't started yet. Thought I'd be able to start this year. I'm not so sure about that now. His book, which is called Cult of the Saints, which is actually medieval. So yes, he focuses a lot on late antiquity apparently, but that seems to also go into medieval era as well. And finally, Do Not Fall Down. I made it a bit top heavy, so I can't blame it if it does decide to fall. There we go. This one, I had a refund for something, and then what else? Oh, they had like a 20% off coupon. So I ended up getting a book that was originally, let's see, before the 20% off coupon, it was at least over $25, if not more than that. I got this for less than $7. So I was pretty happy with this. I might have even been for less than $6. And it looks like actually the original price, maybe the original price is higher than I thought before. The discount. Maybe the discount was the little over 20, because it says here that the US price is $39.95, and this is a recent release. It was released in January. Although I've been watching it since it was a pre-order, just really wanting to get it, and I was delighted that I caught it at such a low price. So this is The Women Who Saved Catholic England, Risking All to Protect Tudor and Stuart Priests by Martin R. Beardsley. This is a pen and sword press book. They have a habit of picking topics that I enjoy. Now, I have on occasion found the quality of their books to be hit or miss, but I got this for a really good price. It's a topic I'm interested in, so I'm hoping for the best. Alright, I think that's it for this video. I have one more video that I want to do tonight, and then I will be seeing you until the next time I record, but one more video. Thank you very much for joining me. I will see you for that one. God bless. Bye.
Books keep coming home with me, piles so tall they're all I see. Turn a page and sail the sea. Reading always feels so free.